And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans, droids, all of you beautiful Kiadi Moody Conans, and I'm gonna give a special shout out, Gary, bring it on down to all of you bounty hunters that like to do things respectfully. To today's video where, wow, yeah, Boba Fett Scion of Jango, in case you didn't get the memo, he is gonna be doing a lot of respecting inside of Grand Arena. We're gonna show you the new and temporarily improved Boba Fett Scion of Jango. This might be the first time ever since I unlocked this character that I might be able to get something beneficial from this guy. As you guys know, the high IQ play when you get Boba Fett Scion of Jango through Conquest, you keep him factory sealed. You don't unlock him. He is, I think, mathematically, definitively, before Datacrons and all that, of course, the worst Conquest character in the game, period. Hands down. I feel bad for the guy, but I'm not going to be feeling bad for him for the next couple months. I want to show you guys a couple of things, and also I updated the spreadsheet for you guys that do like to farm your Datacrons and all that jazz. I got it updated for this farming cycle that we are in. Primarily, we're going to focus on this Boba Fett Scion of Jango Datacron. I guess kind of give you a mini check-in on how I'm feeling about these focus Datacrons. You know, we're gonna do several checkpoints of this here. Basically, so far, I put together one Datacron. I put together Dr. Aphra's, the focus Datacrons. It's great that I don't have to guess, hope, pray to RNGesus to get specific stats, or more importantly, specific abilities. However, not a fan of the 4 times cost that comes along with it just for upgrading it, and more specifically, not a fan of having to get these through the episode shipments. Wish you could just farm these in Conquest itself. This would have been a banger update if Focus Datacrons were just basically the old Datacrons, but no increased cost. You just farm them normally, but baby steps, maybe they'll do that down the road. I digress. Basically, so far, let me pull up my spreadsheet. We're gonna talk about some of these Datacrons in action here. Check out my spreadsheet. Just updated it not too long ago today. Basically, if you are farming for Datacrons, I think these are the ones that you want to strive for this season. Obviously, Darth Sidious is making a return. We've made a ton of videos back in the day when Darth Sidious Datacron first came out. I recommend you go check that out if you haven't done so already. We're focusing more on the newer things. Even Mon Mothma, we've seen that happen in the past. She was able to take down things like Galactic Legend Leia. So some repeats that were absolutely insane coming back, but sort of new to the list. Obviously, we have Oppo, for example, and the focused Datacrons are the new things on the list, and some things like, for example, the new Bad Batch team are looking very, very interesting. But we're going to focus primarily today on these focused Datacrons. Not really sure how to put them in the spreadsheet because it's not like you're going out of your way and farming them. You have to have the episode shipment currency, and if you're doing this free to play, basically focused Datacrons are, for the most part, it seems like kind of out of reach unless you're sacrificing Kyrotech and or Omicrons. But I think from what I'm doing before we lock in for 3v3 Grand Arena, I'm gonna try, I already got Aphra, I'm gonna try to get Boba Fett Scion of Jango locked in, and I'll focus on Hera and Zalbar at a later time. I think at the minimum with Zalbar, you probably wanna be able to take it, if you are doing focused Datacrons, of course, take it to the level 3 mission Datacron, because she can revive in 3v3, and that's gonna be nutty with Zalbar Omicron. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what that looks like in action. But all right, with that out of the way, of course, link down below to the spreadsheet for those of you that want to go ahead and kind of have like a loose guideline what you should be striving for this season. Let's go and focus on these Datacrons. Now, I have this Dr. Aphra one. I built it first. You know, I haven't got anything crazy spectacular yet out of it. Of course, it makes, for example, the Jabba battles insanely easier. It's also, I love the fact that now Chrysanthemum taunts for a Dr. Aphra lineup. He acts as if it's a HUD cartel lineup, which is absolutely amazing. You know, they can ignore taunt, all that cool stuff. And Dr. Aphra, she can't be targeted. Pretty nifty stuff. And I think Boba Fett Scion of Jango is probably going to be the better one. Let's go ahead and do a quick Aphra battle. I almost beat a Leia lineup, which is all right. Okay, kind of interesting, right? But this is going to be easy bread and butter stuff. Again, nothing super interesting because this is sort of what we expect as the bare minimum out of Dr. Aphra. And on this Datacron as well, she can revive all Darkseid Scoundrel allies when she uses this ability. So pretty nice, right? Let's go ahead and use it anyways for the moment. And as you can see, I can ignore taunt. This makes life so much easier. I can just smoke them out. And it's also nice that on the, where is it? Yeah, on the level 12. Yeah, it's so many levels to upgrade on these Datacrons. You get the unresistible, unpreventable doubt, which is nice as well. So, and in a second, we're gonna be able to just smoke out Leia. I could probably just do this. Get rid of Bausch Leia. So yeah, this is gonna be a no-brainer, easy peasy. I think people want to see Afro kind of beat more stuff beyond just Jabba. And you know, who knows when we get some Omicrons, which I can't show right now. We're in Squad Arena. Just might be able to make the Leia battles more consistent, for example. I basically got everyone down, and then I kind of got a little trouble towards the end here, but very simple, barely an inconvenience. All right, cool stuff, right? Let's focus on, I think, what people are more interested in is probably gonna be, oh, are you serious, Jabba? Come on, man. Oh, seriously? Oh, okay, whatever. All right, just, you're gonna really do this to me, Jabba? Was it worth it? Was it really worth it? Okay, whatever. Let's focus on Boba Fett Scion of Jango. That is, I think, the golden boy child, Datacron in terms of the focused ones. Darth Sidious, I think, is going to be the free-to-play champion, Datacron. But this is very much so a Darth Sidious, Datacron style thing, or more specifically, Boba Fett Scion of Jango at this point. He's primarily a, basically at this point, Darth Bane type of thing. Darth Bane, bringing a minion. You're going to be taking down some serious teams right now. And boy, oh gosh. So let's back up for a second. Another thing I don't like about these focused Datacrons, again, I kind of wish it was just your traditional 9 levels, and maybe they made it just like 20%, 30% more expensive, not 4 times more expensive. It's like, I just want the level 15, but it costs so much to get up here. But anyways, Boba Fett Scion of Jango is 100% speed while he has fewer than 10 stacks of momentum. That's gonna be nuts. And at the start of the encounter, Boba Fett Scion of Jango gains 3 stacks of Beskar armor. Fantastic. Until the end of the encounter. And all enemies are inflicted with target lock. Can't be resisted, prevented. Yeah. He can ignore protection too. But it goes even further. As long as you're not fighting Lord Vader and Fennec Shand is the only ally, this is basically a, you know, Darth Bane situation. Boba Fett Scion of Jango is active. All allies have 75% max health, offense, instant defeat immunity. Immunity to ability block, daze, healing immunity, shock, stun, turn meter reduction. Whenever Boba Fett Scion of Jango gains stack of momentum, Fennec gains 5% turn at the start of his first turn. He dispels foresight from all enemies, makes them immune to force until the end of the encounter. And if Fennec has 10 or more stacks of loyal hands, she inflicts Death Mark, which can't be resisted when using her basic. And Fennec Shand comes into level 12. Fennec Shand calls a random bounty hunter ally to assist whenever she uses a basic ability at the start of Fennec's turn. She gains a stack of loyal hand until the end of the encounter. And then if Boba Fett's in the leader slot, Fennec also gains a stack of loyal hand. So yeah, you're gonna see it's not gonna be too hard to get some death mark on the enemy. So this is probably, if you only can pick one Datacron, I feel like this has got to be the one, assuming you have Boba Fett Scion of Jango, and then you have the episode shipment currency spare, and then you have 4 times the cost of one Datacron to upgrade it. Yeah, all those little barriers of entry. Anyways, big special shout out to Luke for sharing gameplay of their Boba Fett Scion of Jango experience. I'll leave a link down below to their YouTube channel. You guys know some of my favorite videos on YouTube is when, like, out of nowhere, I just get recommended a video of like 2 views, and it's like, holy cow, this needs 5 trillion views. So I'll leave a link down below to Luke's YouTube channel. They posted a couple of battles that we're going to showcase with Boba Fett Scion of Jango's Datacron. Seems like they've been having a good time, and who knows, keep an eye on their channel. They might post even more Boba Fett Scion of Jango stuff. I'm hearing murmurs that this might be able to beat Galactic Legend Leia in 3v3 potentially. I'm not going to doubt it. I won't doubt it, because look at this. Basically, because of that Beskar armor, he's just non-stop countering these fools to death. I mean, just remember what makes Beskar armor amazing, just getting those counterattacks. You're immune to critical hits. And remember, he's got that ton of extra speed that's on top of him. Then furthermore, he's getting all the extra max health, the offense gains. And I guess another nice thing about the focus Datacrons, yes, you know what you're getting with the abilities, but you also know what you're going to be getting with the stats. The stats, you know, you get 100% armor penetration. Again, it's nice not having to mess around. Hope you get the right stats. Hope you get the abilities that you're looking for. Is it worth 4 times the cost of a Datacron? I'm experiencing it myself so far. I'm feeling like I'm missing out on some of the other Datacrons I should be farming. You know, let's check in again once we kind of get through our first farming session for Datacrons. But I digress. Boba Fett Scion of Jango just turns into the juggernaut, just going into town and just smacking these fools left and right. I mean, shoot, I kind of wish, like, you know, the thing about Datacrons, I mean, yes, I appreciate the seasonality of it all, where, you know, it mixes things up, right? It's nice seeing a mix up. How we get it, whole different thing. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm going off my rocker right now. It's like, if they just replace the current Datacrons with focused Datacrons, not changing the cost and needing 15 levels, I think this would have been a massive W of an update for Datacrons. So anyways, it's great seeing this, because I sort of wish, sort of like Darth Sidious, I kind of wish that Darth Sidious had a degree of that without the Datacron. And I'm looking at this, it just feels perfect, iconic, thematic that Boba Fett Scion of Jango and Fennec are a 2-man squad taking out all these teams. I mean, you're taking out Queen Amidala's. Jeez. Come on, for Jabba's sake, man. That's some good stuff that they're doing in the kitchen here. And it just, again, it feels thematic, it feels perfect, and Boba Fett Scion of Jango is useful. I mean, I've had this character for a long time. I haven't really felt a time where it's like, oh man, my life has been transformed. Like, we all have those days where Darth Bane just transforms your life. And you, again, list all the characters that have done that for you. It's a little bit annoying that I'm only gonna be able to enjoy this for a little bit. Look at that death mark that Fennec Shan's applying. Easy money, people. Great stuff that they're getting taken care of. Man, again, it's just annoying, but all the gates that we have to jump through, the episode currency, the sheer amount of cost that they take, and the fact that it's temporary as well. You know, my only hope is that perhaps down the road, they look at some of these datacrons they released, you know, and they use it as kind of the, I guess, the testing grounds for maybe reworks. Reworks and Galaxies. We get one every 5 years. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Or maybe at the minimum, testing, you know, new kit ideas for characters through the aspect of datacrons. But anyways, I actually am surprised that they kind of took down the Great Mothers, potentially because they have grit. You know, I don't know if the grit is what makes this possible versus Great Mothers, because you would think that with the Great Mothers reducing the max health, problems could occur. But I believe I think you could still reduce max health if you're going all in on grit. Because I remember I used General Skywalker versus the grit team. I'm pretty sure you can reduce it. But anyways, this is going to be a team that's going to be tearing apart a ton of stuff in Galaxy of Heroes. If you are someone that maybe bought the episode pass, that's pretty much the main target audience, I think, for this. If you bought the episode pass, just the standard one, and you're able to pick up all this extra currency, or you went all the way above, you bought the full pack here that gets you way more currency straight off the get-go. I think that's what it's targeted for. And if you are someone that has bought the pass, you have Boba Fett Scion of Jango, you're good on your Kyrotech, you're good on your Omicrons, the Boba Fett Scion of Jango, I would highly recommend picking up. After, I think, second, and I'm not sure what comes in third, what comes in fourth. You know, I think in terms of bang per buck, just getting Zalbar and then getting that level 3 for mission might be more than enough for what we need for 3 grand arena. But again, the Hera Syndulla Datacron looks pretty darn good too, people. It really does. It really does. But the problem is they're just so expensive, and I don't know if it's worth 4 Datacrons for a Hera Datacron. And that's the analogy we kind of got to look at when it comes to this. So again, focus Datacrons, a good step forward, but there's a couple of steps backwards. So I don't think for most people it's not going to be very pertinent, very applicable, but still good Datacrons that people should strive for. Again, I know people's sentiment about Datacrons, I get it, but there are some key Datacrons that you should be striving, or you're just putting yourself at a huge disadvantage in Galaxies for Territories, Grand Arena. And again, you could farm, it depends how much effort you want to put into Conquest, but you could farm Datacrons, a couple of them for free. Generally, my free-to-play count, I'll get like 3-4 level 9 Datacrons without really pushing too hard. So it's possible, but you better hope that RNG is smiling upon thee, or else you might not get the Datacrons you're looking for. So make sure you're not missing out on those key Datacrons. And again, don't forget we have the link down below if you need a little bit of just rough guidance on like the bare minimum, I think, meta Datacrons that we can expect in this season of Grand Arena. But that's gonna be it for today. Boba Fett Scion of Jango, good. What a world we live in, people. People, leave your like, comment down below, subscribe. Let me know, or I have a feeling a lot of you guys probably aren't going for focus Datacrons, or you just can't. Maybe you want to. Too expensive on so many levels. But anyways, would love to hear your thoughts, and always remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.
It's great to be in the Empire today. The sun never sets.